welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. On the visitor's sideline is Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald. His team fell in their season opener a week ago, now hitting the road, looking for their first win. On the other side, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid. These guys also fell in the opener a week ago, so we've got a couple of teams here desperately wanting to avoid an 0-2 start. Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers, has us set to get started. Off we go from Arrowhead. Now an opening past the 30. And he brings this back all the way to midfield. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. But when you talk to his coaches, they say they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
Play action here. Mahomes. That's to Gray, open on the left side. Now they are in business, inside the 15-yard line.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
On play action, it's Mahomes. This one broken up. It's incomplete to defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll step, and he's into the end zone. What a start. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Makes the score, Chiefs 7, Seahawks nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Corey Horton now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. Darnold. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready to see the football for the second time. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose. How it changes the feeling coming into this week?
Yeah, it certainly does. And if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into two, one bad play to turn into two. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
This fielded inside the 35. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Seahawks offense about ready to get going on their second possession. Greg, they say flush a game after you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener and you get blown out, is it even harder to flush the play?
Well, certainly that's the question, Mike. And regardless of how much the coach stands up there and you try to say, hey, it's a new week, we've got to move forward. And certainly that's the case in the NFL. If you let bad losses linger, you're going to find yourself in a bigger hole. So the problem is when you spend all week and you spend all season saying, okay, this is week one, we're going to get off to a great start, and you lay an egg and you're non-competitive, the last thing you want in the NFL, Mike, is for doubt to set in. So we're going to find out pretty quickly here in this one. Is last week just 1 out of 17 and they're going to move on, or is this going to be signs of things to come as the rest of this season unfolds?
And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and one.
They'll try and run for this with Charbonnet. And he will have the Seahawks first down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
For Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On play action, here's Darnold. That's caught. It's A.J. Barner, the tight end. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
24 yards.
They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Move back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here. On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This about as short as you can get. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Chiefs offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring them down for no gain.
1 yard gain. Brings up second.
They'll send Worthy in motion.
28-yard line.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Xavier Worthy. It's a gain of 5.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is hard. He gets the hook up with Rice. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to...
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
He throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He completes this one to Mechie. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. Here's the punter now. He's on for the second time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. And it winds up a very solid return as he gets it up past the 30. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Darnold now to throw. Right side, that is hauled in by Horton. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and
They'll go play action with Darnold. Outright, Smith and Jigba has it. It'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down. Now they'll run on the draw. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Traditionally in first and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
And it's third down.
Throwing, Darnold. Got a man, that's Barner, the tight end. And he'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. Set to go now on first and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. That's taken in by Horton. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
On the ground, Charbonnet. Whoa! And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Seahawks.
Now a give up the middle. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Next to score, Seahawks 10, Chiefs 7.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
First down.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Pass is caught by Gray right side. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw again. Good blocking, and he's in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Down the field, he's got Barner. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 31 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. 10 yards on the pickup.
Now a run with Charbonnet. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down. A gain of 12. First down, Seattle.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. Here comes 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
The quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll step up and run. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. That's on the former 9th overall pick, Charles Cross. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Darnold again. Open, left side is Barner. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. And he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down. 1st and 10.
Yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
On play action, it's Mahomes. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Machine Rice. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That one swung out wide to Walker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
And the Kansas City Chiefs.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
Once again, it's Walker. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard.
Down at the 31.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Open man is Mechie. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He completes this one to Mechie. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and
Mahomes now on 2nd down. A dive, but too far out in front of him. Incomplete. 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
They'll motion a tight end right. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Open man left side. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Jared Wiley. Touchdown, KC. That's his first touchdown of the new year.
In this offense, they just continue to find such creative ways to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. And this time they use the pre-snap motion to help their guy gain leverage. And it's just an easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Chiefs 21. Seahawks 13.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, here comes Horton. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd downs. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Darnold to the air once more. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Barner. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On play action, here's Darnold. He takes off. give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
Pistol snap back to Darnold. He'll check this one down to Charbonnet. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
13 more yards.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock.
10 more yards. Complete to Rashid Shaheed.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks are back within 5.
16.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime report.
Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The New York Football Giants at home to take on the Commanders in the NFC East. And it's Jackson Dart throwing a dart to his tight end Theo Johnson. 15 yards for the touchdown. The Giants are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Next up, we go to the Steel City. We'll check in on the Steelers as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And this is the big man, Derrick Henry. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Ravens get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. One more to bring you. Let's go to Arlington. The Cowboys hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And it's Tyler Algier. Gets past the line of scrimmage, gets room, gets it in. 22 yards on the touchdown. The Cardinals get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Darnold now to throw. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Darnold to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Multiple times and all pro. That is Chris Jones. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher. And this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. And they'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. This one, fielded out beyond the 25. The Chiefs offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Throwing is Mahomes. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Mahomes back. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good.
Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll take this down to the 23. Tackle made by Gain Belton.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
On second down, Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Derek Hall there on the coverage.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. He'll try carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like you might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
A tough spot here. Third and long.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 11.
Patrick to throw. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes. John Mechie. Touchdown, Kansas City. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. And he'll be forced out of bounds.
It's a gain of 20.
Throwing on first and 10 is Darnold. He's got room at the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here first and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Here's Darnold again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front seven is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. From the 46. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now. Mahomes. Oh, that one floated off his back foot. It is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
I think a lot of people, Mike, when they see a screenplay develop, they just take the completion for granted. And typically it is. But then you get a defender, somebody like this, who just anticipates it. They see it from the start, and they're able to perfectly time their jump, step in front of the throw, and come away with the interception.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to have it just past their 25.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Taking off. He'll try to get there. And finally, they'll bring him down. But he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
20-yard pickup there. 1st down, KC.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the ground, it's Walker. Ooh. Kenneth Walker. And he will go all the way. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Chiefs. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Some kind of run, Greg. We saw him break a tackle and then use his elusiveness to get to the end zone for the score.
Mike, for me, it's all watching his feet. I mean, look at him work. His ability to make guys miss in the open field is special. And I'll tell you what, that play, that was something to watch.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Seahawks 16.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Safe kick taken at the 5. and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field, and he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Darnold. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Seahawks, 1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down.
They'll run it out of the gun with Charbonnet. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Now this looks like a design run. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
48-yard line.
3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Now Darnold. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 9.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They run with Walker, and he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
26. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll find his tight end Gray open downfield. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 26 yards.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To the left side, and is caught by Horton. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Darnold to the air once more. Smith in Jigba there for the catch. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Darnold to throw again. There's a short one taken in by Barner. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. That is caught, and he will score. Game on. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown Seahawks. That is 2nd. Greg, very big touchdown there, makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a one-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
The Chiefs offense ready for this next possession, and they have definitely righted some wrongs after the loss of the opener. They have the lead here, and they start this possession 1st and 10. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Mechie, the man in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. He completes this one to Mechie. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Here's Mahomes. He'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully. And that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll go again here with Charbonnet. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Seahawks.
The throw on 1st down is Darnold. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
20 more yards. That's another Seahawks.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. Oh, he's trying to use the big frame to push forward, but I don't think he's going to get there. He's held up at the line of scrimmage, and now it's 4th down. And he's not going to get there. A couple of yards short, and this is going to be a turnover on downs. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Walker. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Now, Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Rice. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard
A
line.
gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Now Walker. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. They'll run the draw with Walker. Oh, the elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this